Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I'm George, and today we're going to talk about my 6 Gibson Les Pauls, my personal ranking for each of them. Please excuse me if I sound stuffy here over in West Texas. A lot of pollen, lots of allergens going around, and I am one of the unlucky few that gets a lot of allergies. But so disclaimer for this video, I do like every single one of these guitars. I love every single one of these guitars. It plays a different role for what I do. And so it's pretty hard for me to rank them, especially like the number 6 rank. But, you know, truth be told, not all of them are created equal. And some I just prefer and gravitate more than others. And I'll tell you which ones. Stick around. If you like this video, please shoot me a like. Hit that like button. And also subscribe, comment if you want some more videos or just want to say hi. I reply to like almost every comment. And check out my Instagram down there. Follow me. I'd be glad to see what you guys are up to. So on to ranking number 6. All right, guys, ranked in on number 6, we've got my Gibson Les Paul. This is a tribute model. It doesn't say tribute right here, but that's what it is. There's no binding on it. It's a rather simple guitar. It looks great. It has a very binding vintage look. It's a really, really cool guitar. It was on Reverb. So the story of how I got it, it was on Reverb for $1,200. And I always said to myself, if I could get it down to 1,000, I would get it, because I kept eyeing it for a few days. And sure enough, I offered 1,000, and I forgot who I bought it from, if it was a store or the individual, but they sold it to me for 1,000. And the cool thing, a couple of really cool things about this guitar. The neck is real nice. It's like a satin neck, it's like in between gloss and satin. It's not totally satin, but it's not totally gloss, if that makes sense. It has a nice like 60s neck, so it's a little slimmer than the 50s. Stays in tune great. The reason why I wanted to buy this guitar is because I wanted something really classic looking, and I wanted the P90s. Now, the P90s on here sound super, super great. I love it. For high gain stuff, obviously you can't really use it. So the reason why it ranks number 6 is because I can't play gigs with my band with this guitar. So one time I did take it to a big festival gig, and it just kept buzzing, kept humming. There was noise coming from it, and I just couldn't use it. So live, unfortunately, I can't really use it. I have used it in, I was a dueling piano guitar player. So there was a dueling piano going on. I was contracted as a guitar player for a while, for a few months. And I would use this guitar. It's not as heavy as a lot of other Les Pauls, and I don't mind dinging it up a little bit because of the price point. But it has that really nice single coil sound. It can get dirty, just can't get way too dirty, if that makes sense. So this one comes in at number 6. It's still an absolutely beautiful guitar. I would recommend this if you're like maybe in a wedding band. Not playing like really heavy music, just like, you know, like top charts kind of stuff. You don't want something that breaks the bank and something that you don't mind hitting up a little bit because it's not too expensive. This would be a great guitar for you. So this is the Gibson Les Paul. This is, I believe, a tribute 60s. Okay, so number 6. On to number 5. All right, guys, here's my number 5 guitar. I'm pretty sure you've seen this guitar quite a bit on this channel. This is actually a Gibson Les Paul Junior. This is a Junior. The year is, I have it here, 2013. This guitar sounds surprisingly good. I bought it for $500 from a friend. $500 from a friend. It's ugly. I put like a sticker, mesh on top of it. I'll see if I have any photos of it. But I put like a rattlesnake sticker on top of it. It was cool for a bit. I got tired of it, took it off, and now, you know, there's this kind of residue. But I like the natural wear. You know, look at the back of the neck. It has that wear. This is a real good workhorse guitar. I take this guitar on tour. It's a guitar I'm not afraid to ding up. It's my cheapest Gibson Les Paul, but it still sounds really good. It has a snappy tone. I put in EMG pickups on here, passives, the Revelation set by my mentor and good friend Prashant Aswani. Check these pickups out. They're great. They're Alnico 2s. So there's like something really sweet about them. Man, the neck is just like really throaty and full sounding. I love it. But I've done a couple of upgrades. I have a string butler on here. It keeps it in tune a little better. I even changed this to say Texas Rattlesnake. And yeah. Oh, and I have roller tuner, a roller bridge here. A Schaller roller bridge. Supposed to help with staying in tune as well. So, man, I mean, it's not as heavy as the other Pauls that you'll see in a bit. But nonetheless, this is a really, really cool guitar. Bare bones, minimum style Les Paul. If you want to dip your feet into Gibson Les Pauls, check these out. I believe they're only on Reverb now. And like I said, this is a Gibson Les Paul Junior, but it has that carved top, has everything a normal Les Paul would have. So on to number 4 now. All right, guys, here is my number 4. This is another Gibson Les Paul Junior. The previous one was a Les Paul Junior, but it didn't have this flat top. Okay, the other one had a curved top. This guitar, I was very lucky. I got this guitar from Zzounds. If you haven't checked them out, check them out, guys. I'll link them down below. There are going to be affiliate links, okay? I mean, we gotta make some money, you know, feed ourselves. So there's some affiliate links there. This guitar I've been eyeing probably for a good year or two, and finally I just got it, and it's cool. It is just a really cool guitar. I never clean it because I want it to look old and I want it to get like relicked already. So that's something real cool that I'm waiting for. It's a real simple guitar. Obviously there's one P90 dog ear pickup. Sounds super great. It has a thicker neck. This is my only guitar with like a 60s style neck. It's pretty thick. Okay, not too shred friendly, but it's beefy. Okay, has different kind of tuners. I forget what these are called, but they're the plastic ones, plastic ears here. Don't know exactly what they're called. And it is a bit heavy. Okay, I think this is heavier than the previous 2 guitars. Looks good. Has a wraparound tail piece right here. Overall, super great. Stays in tune. My cats love rubbing against it. I don't know why, but they just do. Cool guitar. It's simple. It's the simplest guitar I've got, but it's pretty cool. I haven't used it live, but I love using it in the studio, and it just has such cool vibes. Has a lot of swag to it. Okay, so, and I saw a video of Frank Sidoris. He's the rhythm guitar player of Slash. I saw him like demoing it, and I just fell in love with the tone, with the playing, the feel. Just watching him play, it just made me say, you know what, that's it. I'm getting one. So, tortoiseshell pickguard. I mean, it is just has so much swag to it. Anyways, hope you guys like this one. This is going to be tough now. Top 3, okay? Here is number 3 favorite guitar ranked. All right, guys. So 3 and 2, I think, are a tie, okay? It's really close because these 2 guitars I use so much, and they are equally used and, how can I say it? I use them so, there's no other word I can think of. I use them so much. They're utilized in studio, in live, in photo shoots, and whatever. They look great. They sound great. You know, all of the above. But anyways, This is my number 3/2 spot. Here is my Gibson. This is a studio model, but with the Floyd. They were also called the Les Paul Shred. Gibson Shred. Okay, it has this flame maple top. Looks freaking awesome. And yeah, it is a studio. You can see the studio logo on there. I didn't change that. And of course, the Floyd Rose, the locking nut here. Floyd Rose here works perfectly. Never have to tune this thing. Well, of course I do have to tune it, but it stays in tune really well. The best out of all my guitars. I swapped out the pickups on that it had. I think it had the 498T and the R, something like that. And so I swapped them out. I wanted something a little hotter, so I got EMG 5766 set. And they've been really great. However, my last festival gig, they were giving me some hum. I don't know if any of you guys have had that, but I guess the output is so hot, I'm actually getting hum from these, which that has never happened. So I'm really thinking about swapping them out. Don't know yet though, because it's gonna be a pain in the ass because you have to change all the electronics. But anyways, I mean, look at this. It is awesome. It looks great. The neck is thin. It's a 60s style neck. Stays in tune. Looks great. Man, same functions as every other Les Paul. It's relatively like heavy. I'd say this is a little heavier than the Les Paul Jr. I haven't weighed them. To me, it just, I don't know. I could just kind of tell which ones are heavier. I mean, all of us can. Stupid. Duh. But you know what I mean? Like, this one's a bit bulkier than the Les Paul Jr. But this is my number 3/number 2 spot. You can find these on Reverb. I don't think that they're in production anymore. If there were, I would get another one for reals. So here is my number 2/3 spot tie. Here's the next one. Here we go. All right, guys, here is my number 2/3 tied spot. It's the Gibson Les Paul Standard Faded 60s. I did a video on this one and the Standard 50s Faded model, like a comparison, like kind of talking through them. And I got to keep one of them. I ended up keeping this one, even if I thought the 50s looked cooler. Aesthetically, I thought it looked more pleasing. But this one just, man, it just, there were some things about it that I just liked more. I think it sounded a little bit better. And the neck is just, this is my best neck profile. Because, look, there's like, you could feel a little bit of the open pores of the wood. And it's so smooth. The fretwork on this guitar is immaculate. It is absolutely perfection. This is luthiery at its peak perfection, at least in my book, right? I haven't played a more perfect made instrument to detail than this. And I know Gibson has had problems with the quality control, right? With the QC. But all of these guitars and every guitar I've had from Gibson, I've never experienced that. So some people are getting some, and I don't know where that's coming from. And I don't belong to Gibson. I'm not endorsed. I wish. I have nothing. Gibson doesn't even know about me unless they've seen me tag them a couple times, but I doubt it. But I'm not paid to say anything good about Gibson. But let me tell you, this guitar is just awesome. It's satin. It feels great. The back, so on the other Les Pauls, it's kind of sharp. You have like a 90-degree cut, you know, but this one, it's like rounded out in the back. Oh, it's beautiful. I mean, look at that wood. It is just absolutely awesome looking. This is kind of a darker sounding guitar. It's not as bright as the last one that I'm going to show you, but man, guys, this is a heavy guitar. This is bulky. You'll definitely feel the difference of it. To me, I like the bulky Les Paul. Maybe it's not your cup of tea, but for me, I mean, when I play a Gibson Les Paul, I want it bulky. I kind of want to fight it a little bit, and that kind of gives me the, I don't know, it's just, I guess it's like a mental thing, but you know, that's how I know how I like Gibsons, you know, that's how I feel them. And again, like, to each their own, everybody has their own opinions on that. So, but this is a great guitar, guys. This one will be still on Zzounds in the time of me making this video. So there's going to be a link down below to this one. Check it out if you're interested. And again, it's an affiliate link. But this is my number 2/number 3 spot. And last but not least, we've got my number 1 spot right here. Gibson Classic. Man, moment of silence for a little bit here, huh? Gibson Classic. I removed the Classic logo here. It came with a blank truss rod cover, just because I didn't like the font that was written on Classic. It was kind of like a sloppy handwriting-ish. Not too bad, just not for me. I think it looks a little more clean without the Classic handwriting on there, or the font. But anyways, this guitar, man, I mean, the binding, again, this is just like the standard in terms of quality. I have not played anything of higher quality. It is bulky, it is heavy, but let me tell you, when you're playing this live, the tone on this guitar this is the best tone that I have out of all my guitars. Best tone. Maybe it's the pickups, maybe it's the woods, you know, probably a combination of everything, I'm sure. Okay, but this guitar is just, this is it in terms of looks, in terms of playability. Well, in terms of playability, the standard 60s probably won that by a hair, but tone, looks, and overall, like, swag. I've used that word a couple times. Swag. My gosh. Okay, so one thing I will say about this guitar, it still is on Zzounds, so you guys should check that out. Again, link down below. One thing that's really cool is I don't really get into push-pull stuff too much. But this guitar makes it so easy, and well, it doesn't necessarily make it easy. It's the same with every guitar, but it makes you want to do it. So these are single coil splits, right, on the volumes. I forget which one's which, forgive me on this. I believe this one kind of reverts everything back to normal. And what I mean by that is if you're in the middle pickup and you pull it out, I think that it just goes to the bridge pickup right away. And then when you push it back in, it goes to both. So it cancels everything out and just goes to the bridge, something like that. Forgive me, I don't use that one too much. One that is really cool is a tone on, I believe it's a tone on the neck pickup. It's one of the tones. But on this one, it reverses, or it sends, let me see, let me try to get this right. Your pickups are now in series as opposed to parallel. Okay, it changes from series to parallel, and you can get some pretty cool tones from that. Okay, the tone noticeably changes, and that's really cool. You could come up with some really neat tones with this guitar. It already has great tones even without it, but overall, this is my number 1. So, guys, tell me what you think your favorite guitar is. Maybe I can help you answer some questions on which one is best for you. Maybe you have questions of a guitar that I don't have, that maybe I've played, and you have questions on that, and maybe I can help you with that. So shoot me a comment. Let me know which one your favorite is and your least favorite. And it's cool. It's cool. No hard feelings. But anyways, guys, have a very nice day, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace. Peace out.